Hey everybody, welcome back to Andrina's Creations. In this video, I am going to be showing you how to make these coloring books using a comb binding machine. You do not need a cutting machine. The software that I'll be using is Silhouette Studio. You can use any software of your choice. You're going to see how easy this is. I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step tutorial from beginning to end. So let's get started. For your supplies, you're going to need a paper trimmer, and the reason why I say this is because I like to pre-cut my paper before I print. This one is a Guillotine board. I got it from Amazon. Next, you're going to need a paper for your covers. I'm going to be using Glossy paper. This one is from the Pretty Party and Crafty brand, 96 pound. The other one's the Koala. Whatever paper you decide to use, it has to be compatible with your printer. If you have a dye ink printer or if you have a pigment ink printer. Then I'm going to be using cardstock for my coloring pages. I like my pages to be thick. You don't have to. You can use regular copy paper like the 32 pound. This one from Walmart says it's 110 pound, but it really feels like 65 pound cardstock. And the other one is from Michael's, and that one is 65 pound. They both literally feel like it's 65 pound. Then you're going to need your comb binding machine. I am going to be using the brand Offnova. This one came with 100 plastic combs in the color black, and then I bought additional combs for it in different colors like clear, white, and like blue, red, and so on. Okay, so I like to pre-cut my paper, the one that I'm going to be printing out my coloring pages. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in half, which is 8.5 by 5.5, because I like to print when it's pre-cut. I feel like it's easier for me. You don't have to pre-cut the paper. You can just go ahead and print 2 images and then cut it in half after you print. I just feel like this is easier for me. After I go ahead and cut everything out, let's go ahead and over to this software, which I'll be using Silhouette Studio. Okay, today I'll be using Silhouette Studio. Silhouette Studio is free to use. The basic edition is free. It has 3 different versions: basic edition, designer edition, and business edition. I am currently on the business edition. It is a one-time payment. I'll leave the links down below. The original price is $100, but you can always catch it on sale for like around $50. But everything that I'm going to do today, of course, you can do it with the free version, which is the basic edition. All you will have to do is go to Silhouette America, download it, and then come right back over here so we can do it together. If you download it right now, I know the version will be around 4.5, but I'm currently on version 4.4895. You can always uninstall Silhouette. Go ahead back to Silhouette America and download one of the legacy versions so you can go back to one of the old ones. I personally don't like using one of the newest ones just because I feel like always your laptop or computer crashes. So that's why I stay in the 4.4895 till I decide to go ahead and upgrade to one of the newest ones. Okay, so if you are brand new to Silhouette Studio, the first thing I need you to do is go all the way down to the bottom right corner. That is your settings tab. You're going to select there, and then right here where it says tools, make sure that everything has choose to select. Click on apply and click on OK. Next thing is I need you to do is set up your paper size. Today I'm going to be using an 8.5 by 11 paper. So you will go to your first icon that looks like a piece of paper that is called your page setup. Where it says media size, I'm going to go ahead and change that to 8 by 11 for now, but I am going to be changing that later on. Your media size means the paper, the cardstock, the vinyl, the size that you're going to be using. So that is your media size. Your next thing is you're going to go ahead and find the background that you're going to use for the cover and the back cover of your coloring book and your coloring pages. I'm going to create a Fabrica, and I'm going to go ahead and download this bundle here. It already has the cover for me, and it already has coloring pages for me. Creative Fabrica is a membership, a monthly membership or a yearly membership. I've paid for the year. You can go ahead and try this out for the first month for $1. You don't have to try if you don't want to. You can cancel at any time if you do. But if you don't pay for the membership, you will have to pay for everything individually. Here they have digital papers, they have fonts, they have clip arts, and so on. I mention this all the time in all of my videos. If let's say you just want to go ahead and practice, you can easily go to Google or Microsoft Bing. You can go ahead and search whatever you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for bluey coloring pages. You're going to go ahead and type that, and then you're going to select images, and then right here you're going to see a whole bunch of coloring pages. You will click on one, right click, copy image, go into Silhouette, right click and paste. And you're gonna go ahead and repeat all those same steps. But like I said, and this goes the same thing for your background and so on. But like I said, I did download this, and the way is you would just click on download. Then after it clicks download, you're gonna go to your download history. You're going to go ahead and extract that file into a folder, which my folder that I made is called coloring pages. And inside of my coloring page folder, I made another folder called ocean animals. So I'm going to select that folder, and then I'm going to go ahead and locate what I'm looking for, which these are the covers that I came with. When you are inside of Silhouette Studio, there's two different ways on how to bring in your stuff into Silhouette. You will go to File and Merge. Do not click File and Open. If you click File and Open, you're going to open a new document. And the second way is you go here to your file folder, your quick file folder, and you're going to select it, and then you're going to go ahead and drag whatever you're going to use into the program. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I'm actually going to be showing you guys a quick trick. So I know that the size of my coloring books is going to be 8.5 by 5.5, meaning that I can get 2 sheets out of 1 paper. Hopefully that makes sense. 8.5 by 5.5. You can decide whatever size you want on your coloring books. So I'm going to go here to my left. I'm going to make a rectangle, any size rectangle here on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and color this so you can see it. And up here, while it's still selected, there is a lock up here. I'm going to unlock that. And on my width, I'm going to type 5.5 and enter. And on my height, I'm going to type 8.5 and enter. That is going to be one for my front cover and one for my back cover. Okay. Up here, you're going to see some magnifying glasses. That's going to be to zoom in, zoom out. The one with the mouse is the one that you're going to select it. You click anywhere and it zooms in right there. And the undo button is right here just in case you do a mistake. All right, now that I have these 2 shapes right here, one is for my front cover, remember, and one is for my back cover. I'm going to go back here to my quick files folder. I'm going to see which cover I want to use for my front. So I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to drag it into Silhouette. And I'm going to go here and drag it into one of those rectangles and let go of my mouse. And as you can see, now it's inside of my rectangle. Boom. I'm going to repeat the same step. I'm going to go here and look for which one I'm going to use for my back cover. I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to click on it, drag it into Silhouette, and drop it into that rectangle and let go of my mouse. And it's inside of my rectangle. So I know this is going to be my front and this is going to be my back cover. Now, all I'm going to do here, I need to show you something. I have business edition, meaning that I have this ruler up here turned on. How will you turn that on is you will go to your first icon that looks like a piece of paper. You're going to go here to your second option, and I have show guides turned on, snap to guides. My ruler is on. Enable smart snapping is also on. If you're going to be using the basic edition, the free version, you do not have the ruler, okay? So the reason why I'm saying is to turn on the ruler because I need a guide. And this guide is going to make sure that I do not put nothing on the left side of that guide because that's where my holes is going to punch. So right here, this is my ruler all the way on my right. I'm going to click on the ruler and drag it all the way to 0.375. That is going to be my guide. 0.375, and I'm going to let that go. I'm going to click on this front cover, go to my transform icon, click align to the top and align to the left. And right there is my guide. So anything that's going to be over here, I know is going to be with the holes of my comb binding machine. Now you're going to say, Andrina, well, I don't have business edition, so how am I going to know that guide? All you need to do is go here to your left, click on a rectangle, make any size rectangle on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and color that the color red. You're going to come up here on your width and you're going to type 0.375 and enter. And then on your height, you're going to type 8.5 and enter. And then you're just, let's say you don't have this. I'm going to move it. You're going to go ahead and align this. Select them both. Click here on your screen, select them both. Go to your transform icon, align to the left, align to the bottom or top. This is your guide right there. Why I need you to make a guide, because now we're going to go ahead and type anything that you want in front of your cover. So I'm going to go ahead and type a name in the front. And the way that you would type in here is you will click on the A on your left first. Click here anywhere on your screen and start typing. Unselect it to get off the edit mode. Select it again. Go all the way here to your right. Click on the icon that looks like a paint palette. That is your fill icon. Go ahead and color that any color of your choice. I'm going to come here to the A on my right, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll through a font that I want to use. I also download fonts from Creative Fabrica. Anytime you download a font, your software must be completely closed. You go ahead and download and install the font to your device. Then you open up back Silhouette Studio and all your fonts should be there. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll. I'm going to use the font name Bubble Gum, and this is how it's going to look. Now I want my font to match all the colors that I have here. Let me go ahead and zoom in. I am going to double click this so I can go back on the edit mode. As you can see, that green rectangle came around it. I'm going to select the A, go to my icon over here, my paint fill icon. I'm going to click on this dropper right here, and then I'm going to come over here and select a color from my image, and I'm going to repeat the same steps. I'm going to highlight the R, click on the dropper, go around here, select a color, select the I, go on my dropper, and I'm going to probably use some of these as well. Once you're done, unselect it to get off the edit mode. As you can see, it has a red outline around it. I do not like that red outline. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Go here under my fill icon that has 3 lines. Click on it. Click here on the color. And there's going to be a square with lines going across it. That means it's the no outline color. I'm going to select that to remove it. Now, I also want to include an offset on this. So while my name is selected, I'm going to go here to my offset icon that looks like a double star. Click on offset. Pick whatever size offset you want. If you want it to be big, if you want it to be smaller, this is your preference here. Once I like how it looks, I'm going to go back here to my fill icon and select a color. I'm going to do another offset and go ahead and change the color. All right. I'm going to go ahead, right click and duplicate that font so I don't have to type again. I'm going to click here on my screen, drag my mouse, right click and group together so everything moves as one. I'm going to go under here to my line style and change that red outline. All right. I'm just going to double tap on this one, select everything, and I'm going to type again. And then while I'm still on edit mode, I'm going to repeat the same steps and change all those colors. I'm going to go ahead and select it. Click on the double star to create an offset. Go ahead and change the color of the offset. And I'm going to create another offset and change the color as well. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and duplicate it so I don't have to keep on clicking on the font. Select everything, right click and group this together. Remove that red outline. So I'm going to put the name up here, and I'm going to drag from the corner. Do not pull from the sides to distort the image. Just pull from the corner. Do not go past that guideline. As you can see, those blue lines pop up because I have the guides turned on, which was here on your first icon, second option. Remember all those options that I turned on? So as you can see some blue lines appearing in the middle. That means that it is in the center of my page. I'm going to go ahead and select this one and make it smaller. That means it's aligning with the top name, as you can see. I'm gonna click here, select everything, right click and group. And now my, oops, sorry, I grouped that over there. So let's right click and ungroup that. I just need this grouped here, group it together. And my front cover is done. I'm gonna go ahead and put my guide 0.375. And then I'm going to select this, align to the left, align to the top, all right? I'm going to double click this and I'm gonna go ahead and type. I'm going to go ahead and unselect it to get off the edit mode. Select it again, and I'm gonna come here back to the A on my right, and I'm gonna center those words. I'm gonna go here to my fill icon and change the color of that. I'm just gonna leave it one color, and I am going to create an offset on that as well. My first offset, I'm gonna color it the color black, and then my second offset, I'm going to go ahead and color it the color white. I'm gonna select here, drag my mouse, right click, group everything together, and change that outline color to no color because I do not like that red outline. Make it smaller, and remember, do not go past your guideline. Now, the thing about the back cover, let me go ahead and center that. Your back cover is not going to get punched on this side. It's actually going to get punched on this side, if that makes sense, because this is your back cover. So the guideline over here is at 5.125 over here. It's the same thing as if you had that right here, you see? It's the same thing. So see how I was 2 over there? This needs to be more over here. So when I create my punch, when I punch the holes there, this is not going to get punched, okay? And then you can go ahead and add made by who right here. Just type in made, like I said, made by Andrina's Creations. You can put a QR code back here. You can put your logo, whatever you want in the back. Go ahead, select everything, right click and group this together. Your front cover and your back cover is done. Now we need to go, let me go ahead and remove that red outline because I see it. It's just a personal preference, y'all. I don't like to see that red outline. Now that is done, we need to go ahead and create the inside coloring pages. And I'm going to be making the inside pages the same size as my cover. You don't have to. You can make them smaller if you want, but I'm going to leave it the same size. So I'm going to come here to my rectangle, make any size rectangle here on my screen. And then I'm going to type the width 5.5 and enter. And my height is going to be 8.5 and enter. Then I'm going to go ahead and align this to the left, align this to the top. With the coloring pages, because they are going to be double-sided, I need to put 2 different guides because depending on the way that I punch the page, I need to make sure that on both sides of my coloring page, I have enough space where I'm going to punch those holes. Meaning if I decide to go ahead and punch it here, I have space. And if I decide to turn the page around and punch it over here, I have space as well. So I'm going to create 2 guides. I need to pull it from the ruler. One at the 0.375. And then the other one's at 5.125. Both sides, hold on, right click and bring to front. Your guide, 0.375. That's your guide, you see? Just like that. I have enough space on both sides. So I need to make sure that my coloring page stays here in the middle. I'm going to show you something else so you don't get confused. All right, so let's go ahead and put that over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the coloring pages. Let's say I want this coloring page. I'm going to click on it. Remember how I first showed you guys? Bring it into silhouette. Drop it in the rectangle. Now you see what happened because I dropped it in this side, but I don't want nothing on this side and I don't want nothing on this side. Because even if I leave it here, you'll see that I'll be able to punch on the eye. I don't want that, or on the fin. So let me go ahead and turn that the color pink so you can see it's actually going to be the color white, but I just need you to see it on the screen, okay? I'm going to select that rectangle. I'm going to duplicate that rectangle, and let's go ahead and make this the color white. And I'm going to make this smaller than the original one. And I know you're going to be like, I'm getting confused. Do not get confused. This is the original size that we are going to make our coloring page. But because I want that guide on both sides, I'm going to make this one a smaller size. So if I don't want 0.375 over here and I don't want 0.375 over here, so 0.375 plus 0.375 is 0.75. All right. So I need to make this rectangle 0.75 smaller. The original size of this one, the width, I'm just changing the width. I don't need to worry about the height. The height is fine. I just need the width, okay? So the width of this one is 5.5 minus 0.75. That will be 4.75, okay? So 4.75 and enter. And then this, you will see that will fit right there in the middle. Hopefully I did not confuse you guys. So I am going to be putting my image in this one right here, in this white one. So I know that if my image stays right here, let me go ahead and select both. Go to my transform icon and click on center. All right. So I know I'm going to be bringing in my image in here, and I will for sure have that space on both sides. I'm going to go back to my file folder, click on the image, drag it into silhouette, and I'm going to drag it into that white rectangle, and boom. Okay. Now, because I still see that my eye is cutting off, I'm going to select that rectangle, the white one. I'm going to go here to my fill icon. I'm going to click on the third one right here where it says pattern. I'm going to click here where it says scale, and I'm going to go ahead and scale it down. I want to see more of that fish, okay? And some of the bubbles that doesn't get cut off. The more I scale down, I'm bringing more of the picture, meaning look, if I do this, I'm bringing more of the picture. I don't want that. So I'm okay there. I'm going to click on pan pattern. There's going to be a circle that comes up. I'm going to go ahead and drag this down because I want this to be empty. And the way that I will fix this up here is I'm going to right click on this rectangle and duplicate. I'm going to go ahead and turn this the color white. And I'm just going to go ahead and make a rectangle up here. Go ahead and remove the outline color. As you can see, I'm going to select everything, right click and duplicate. And while it's over here, so you guys don't get confused, let's go ahead and change that pink background to white because it's supposed to be white. Select everything, right click and group it together. Remove that outline color, and there goes your page. I really hope that you guys did not get confused because we're going to keep doing this again. I'm going to be printing out 8 pages double-sided, so that means I need 16 rectangles, okay, because they're going to be double-sided. So I need to go ahead and repeat the same steps again. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's remove that. There's a white, there was a white rectangle up here, so I'm going to remove it. Go ahead back to your file folder. Go ahead and locate another image. Click on it. Drag it into silhouette, drag it into that white background. I'm going to go ahead, because it was already scaled down for the other image, let me go ahead and scale that back up to 100 so it can be regular. And actually, even with the dolphin, I'm going to have to scale down a bit and move it with the pan pattern. I'm going to scale a little bit more down because I'm losing some of the dolphin on the side. And we're actually going to need this rectangle for this one as well. Go ahead and select everything, right click and duplicate. Turn that back page into white. Select everything, right click, and this is not centered. I need to center these. Center, sorry. These two. Center. Let me go ahead and group these two together. Align this rectangle to the top. Group it. And remove outline color. Okay. That's the second one. I am going to actually turn this one here white so you guys don't be getting confused, because the way that I will do it, it will still be white. Okay. That will be white. All my outline color will be turned off. I just wanted to color it so y'all was able to see it. But remember, there is one here. and there is another one here, okay? But it's just white. I'm gonna go back here to my file folder, and I'm gonna go ahead and look for another image. Select it, drag it into Silhouette, drop it into that one. Sometimes I'm gonna leave this here. I'm not even gonna edit out. Sometimes the software messes up and it does this right here. I really don't like it when this happens right there. It literally stays there until you shut down the software. But we're gonna leave it there because I am not going to remake this video. But let's click on that rectangle and go to your fill icon, pattern. Let's move this up a little bit. That's too much. Just down so I can see it. Pan pattern. Oh, and now I can't see the pan pattern because of that image there. See how the image stays there? It sucks when it does that. But pan pattern and move this to the side. I'm going to scale that down a bit more. Select everything, right click, duplicate, right click, and group it together. And that is the next page. That is gonna be bothering me so bad. Okay, I'm actually going to come right back. I'm gonna shut down the software and come back so y'all don't have to be seeing this right here on the screen. Right, select your image, come into Silhouette and drag it in there. And I'm gonna select it. Remember, we have another one in the back, okay? Do not forget that we have the original size in the back. I'm gonna select that, and as you can see, those flowers are getting cut off. Go to your fill icon. Go ahead and scale that down just a bit. All right. Select everything, right click, duplicate, right click, and group together. We need 16 altogether, okay? Because that's how many pages I'm going to be doing. As you can see here, it happens all over again where that image gets stuck in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and shut the software down, and I'm going to teach you a different way on how to put in that image. All right. If it keeps happening exactly why I shut down the software, where that image gets stuck right there, the little square that got stuck of the image, and I had to shut down the software so I can bring it back so y'all don't see that, I'm still going to show you different type of ways on how to put this image in there. Instead of putting it into the rectangle, you can also just go ahead and find the image that you want to use. Click on it, drag it into Silhouette without putting it in that rectangle, okay? So I'm going to show you different ways. If you have business edition, you can go ahead and click on that rectangle, click on that property dropper that's all the way on your left. It looks like a medicine dropper. Click on your image. Go here to your fill icon, third option, which is the pattern, and click on aspect ratio so it can get fixed. And you will keep repeating the same steps of bringing down that scale so it's not all the way to the edge, that you still see some of that image that's not getting cut off. Okay, select everything, right click, duplicate, right click, and group it together. Put it here. I no longer need that image. A different way is, while you bring in the image already, you can go ahead and size this image as well, which we will need with a 4.75 and enter, and the height is 8.5 and enter. As you can see, the image gets distorted, so do the same thing. Click on the first aspect ratio to fix that image, and as you can see, it's getting cut off on the sides. Go ahead and scale that down so it can get fixed. Use your pan pattern to fix that. You can see some of the top image right here. Let's go ahead and delete that one because we no longer need it. Put this one here in the middle. I'm going to select everything and align it to the top. And let me zoom in because we have a white rectangle here. Right click and bring to the front and go ahead. Remember, there's 3 rectangles in here. We have this one. I got to keep mentioning it so y'all guys don't forget. And we have the main one right there, okay? This is the one that goes in the middle. Let me select everything and align to the top. And I'm using this one just to cover and hide the stuff on the top. Color that white and color this in the back white. It should be white. I just put a different color so y'all can see it. Select everything, right click and duplicate, right click and group it together and put it over here. I'm gonna color this white, and I don't need that top rectangle. Remember, this is a color here, right? Here, I'm just gonna make a tic-tac-toe. I'm gonna click on the A on my left, click anywhere on my screen, type the word tic-tac-toe. Unselect it to get off the edit mode. Select it again. I'm just gonna go ahead and select a color. Click on the A on my left and select a font. I'm gonna go ahead and center that between my two guides, which is gonna be on this white paper here. Remove that outline color. I'm gonna go here to my left and I'm gonna select the oval corner rectangle. I'm gonna make a small shape right here. Let's go ahead and color that so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna make it thinner. Right click, convert to path, right click and duplicate. You see that blue line on the top? That means it's really aligned with the top one. I'm gonna select both, right click and group together, right click and duplicate. You see that green circle on top? I'm gonna hold my shift key, rotate this, align this in the middle. Select everything, right click and weld it together so it's one shape. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it over here. And just pick whatever colors you want. Right click, duplicate. All right, select everything, remove all those red outlines. Right click, duplicate. I need to change this page. If I leave that pink, it's going to print out pink, so I need to make sure it's going to white. Select everything, right click and group together. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and delete those tic tacs. I'm gonna select this to go back on the edit mode. Type the letter A, unselected. I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm gonna remove the color for this A, which is on the fill icon. Remove the color. Now I'm gonna go to the line color that I keep removing, and the thickness I'm gonna go up. If you don't have the thickness up, then your line color is not going to print, and I'm gonna change that line color to black. All right, like that. I'm gonna click on it, right click, duplicate. Let's me color. I'm actually gonna color white. And double click so I can get back on the edit mode. All right, so here I have my 16 coloring pages. I'm only printing 8, but they're gonna be double-sided, okay? And you are done here. You can actually go ahead and remove those guidelines by right-clicking on them and delete guide. Click on that guide that you had over here too. You can go ahead and delete it. And now you are ready to print. Now the front and back cover, I'm going to print it in one sheet because I want it to be a borderless print. So I need to, my printer only prints on borderless when it's 8.5 by 11. So what I'm going to be doing is right here, this media size, I need to change it to landscape, which is on your first page setup, the paper icon. Change it to landscape. My front cover, I'm gonna go click it, go to my transform icon, align to the left, align to the top, click on this other cover, align to the right, and align to the top. Okay, that is it. That is how it's going to look. Now I'm gonna go ahead to my printer icon that is on my top left corner. Like I said, you're not even doing a print and cut. You're not using your machine to cut this. You're gonna be doing everything by hand. Now you're gonna go ahead and click on print. You're gonna go ahead and select the printer that you're going to be using. Because I'm gonna print on glossy paper, I'm going to be using the Canon Pro 200. Again, I usually don't print with this printer because it uses a lot of ink and the ink is expensive. But if I am using glossy paper, I will use this one. If I will be using like a photo matte paper, I'll use my Epson EcoTank 16600, which that will be the printer that I'm going to be using for all my coloring pages. I'm going to click here on preferences, making sure that it's on landscape 8 by 11. I'm going to click here on page setup and I'm going to click on borderless. I'm going to click on OK. And here where it says amount of extension, I'm going to put it the less minimum extension. I don't want it to extend my print. I do this for mine all the way to the end. So when I cut it in half, it's right at the half. I'm going to click on OK and I'm going to click on print. And then it's going to print. I'm not going to print it because I already printed it out. I'm going to click on cancel. Then once I'm done printing this, I'm going to be moving these to the side. I need to change my paper size now to match my coloring pages, which was the half. I'm going to go here to my page setup, my media size. My width was 5.5 and enter, and my height was 8.5. Okay, so this has to match your paper that you're going to be printing. All I'm going to do is click on here on one of my pages. I'm going to go ahead and center that. Boom. Go to my printer icon up here. Click on print. Now I'm going to select the Epson EcoTank. Click on preferences. Here on my paper source, I'm going to be printing from the back, which is called my paper tray. On document size, I'm going to change that to 8.5 by 5.5. All right. And I want it to be on portrait mode. Click on OK. And then click on print. When this one prints, I'm going to go ahead and flip this paper around. As soon as it flips, as soon as it prints, I'm going to flip this paper around. I'm going to put the same paper on my printer and I'm going to go ahead and center another one. And then I'm going to go ahead and print. Making sure that my preferences are good. It's on landscape. I need to make sure that it's on portrait mode, 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 5.5, and then you're gonna do the same thing, and then you're gonna keep repeating. You're gonna keep repeating the same steps with all your papers. Okay. As soon as you print one, cancel, girl. As soon as you print one, you flip the paper and go ahead and put the other one. Then you flip the paper, print the other one. Remember, it's gonna be 8 papers. Once you print everything, let's go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my cover in half. Make sure that it's right at the half, because if not, you're going to see the extra print on the other side of the cover. Once you do that, your next step is to grab paper that is the same size of your coloring pages and your book cover. My book cover and my pages are the same size, the 8.5 by 5.5. I'm just getting regular blank paper, and that is what I'm going to do to practice where the holes is going to be, that everything is aligned correctly. Do not practice on the ones that you printed, because then you're going to have to keep reprinting, okay? And right here on mine, I have like a red guide on the side that you can go ahead and unscrew that, move that up and down, left and right. I don't know if you can see that scratch mark. That is a scratch mark that I did with just like a pair of scissors. So I know that's where I'm going to be lining mine at. You need to practice this. All machines are not made equal. I'm going to tighten it there, and I'm going to go ahead and punch my holes. Okay, you're gonna see with this one, I had to move it a tad bit to the left because I felt like the hole all the way at the end was too close and I didn't like that. So again, I just unscrewed it, moved it a little bit tad bit so it aligns very good with that scratch mark that I did. And then if I was satisfied, I went ahead and punched all the holes on the cover and in the coloring pages. Also, let me point this out. This machine only cost me $50. It is not the best machine out there. So I'm not able to put a whole bunch of paper to punch holes. Remember, I am using thicker paper. I'm using cardstock. Usually when people make booklets, they use regular copy paper. But because I'm using cardstock, I'm not punching no more than 3 papers in here because I don't want it to be fuzzy. I don't want it to mess up. So that's what I do, like no more than 3 to 4. For the back cover, make sure you flip the back cover around to punch the hole exactly how it's going to go in the booklet. Then go ahead and align all your pages together. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my plastic comb. And the plastic comb, you can tell the way that it opens. It needs to open to the front of me, if that makes sense. Now, the back of the machine has all these little pins coming up. That is where you're going to have to put this plastic thing on there. And then if you put the lever to the back, it helps open. Like, you're going to see like little, let me see if I am going to show you here on the screen. You see that? It opens. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to bring that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and push the lever to the back. And you see that that's moving. That's what's going to have to go in each circle of your comb to help it open it. Okay. So go ahead and place it there. Push your lever to the back. Then put all your booklet in there. And then press your lever to the front to close it. And then after I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and snip off the excess of the comb with a pair of scissors. This is plastic. All right, here I'm showing you what you can add with these booklets. You can add a custom pencil. You can add custom crayons. You can customize crayon boxes, or I usually get the 4-pack crayons from Amazon. And if I don't want to customize them, I'll just include them there. You can add your booklet inside of a cellophane bag, the same size of your booklet. And you can add stickers and so on to make it a cute little gift for party favors. All right, everybody, you made it to the end. To let me know that you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below a turtle emoji. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload new videos. Go ahead and join my free Facebook group. It's called Andrina's Creations Crafting Lounge. You must answer all 3 questions to get approved. You can post, you can ask questions. It's a very interactive community over there. Also, comment down below anything else you would like to see from me. And I hope everyone's having a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.